My wife makes me feel worthless. My name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And I'm going to start by telling you I know how you feel. I understand where you're coming from. But you have bought into this psychological nonsense that someone can make you feel a certain way. That it's not your fault, but someone else's fault when you're not feeling happy and filled with love. Now, you really need to learn more about marriage, so subscribe to this channel, because the more you know about marriage, the easier it'll be to achieve the goals of marriage, which is happiness and unconditional love. But let's talk about this, because I've just basically contradicted an entire scientific community, quote unquote. They're not a scientific community. The Western psychology world, and I don't mean to be making some social statement here, but they do help people occasionally when you get a good therapist, and they will help you dive deep into your own consciousness and evaluate your own thoughts and feelings. But for the most part, it's a gigantic excuse machine when it comes to marriages. The husband is a narcissist. The wife berates him. I mean, you have all of these things out there that are just commonly accepted, and they're nonsense. It's your mind. You have to agree with me that you have free will, right? Everyone knows that. It's the greatest gift we as human beings have. We don't have to be driven by our instincts. We could override them. We don't have to be driven by our inner habitual reactions. Our inner habitual reactions don't have to drive us. We can override them. We can bite our tongue. We don't have to say what is on our mind. We could even change our mind. We could change how we perceive something that we have always perceived in one way. We can make a determination instantly. I'm not going to perceive that anymore, for instance, as an attack, as something that makes me feel worthless. Instead, and this is just one example, I'm going to start seeing what she says, maybe even what she does, as her issues, as her insecurities, flaring up and having her say things that she doesn't necessarily understand herself. But she's being reactive, defensive, and so she's attacking you. Now, it all boils down to neither of you understanding each other. You don't understand each other. You don't understand how your mind works. You don't understand how her mind works. She doesn't understand how her mind works or how your mind works. It's the truth. Even if you took a psych class or 40, you still don't understand how the mind works. And I know this because I've trained many therapists, and they have no clue about how the mind works. Western psychology is all about learning how to label deficiencies of the mind, diseases of the mind. You need to understand how your own mind works, because you're not your mind, and you get to watch your mind. You get to change your reactions to things, including how you filter things, how you perceive things. And that is on you. So if you were to come to me personally in a session, I would say to you, how is that even possible that she can make you feel a certain way? You have total control over your mind. And then from there, I would say, read one of my books. You could read the chapter on the mind and learn. If that's not enough, get the course for men and learn about this. But you have to understand your mind well enough to control it. If you have a dog, you have to understand dogology enough to control your dog. Think of your mind as that. You should be objective about how your mind behaves and in total control over it. And you should always be feeling happy or joyful as you become better at controlling your emotions and your inner reactions. And you should always be finding love, because that's where it's at. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope this puts you on the path of new thinking so that you could start seeing yourself, your wife, and your marriage differently and in a more positive way. Thank you for spending time with me. You could leave a comment. I'll comment you back, so be careful what you say because I don't hold back sometimes. And blessings to you, blessings to your wife and your family. Take care.